People thought Liverpool would destroy Manchester United, and it made sense considering how Manchester United had started off. Liverpool, on the other hand, was different. They had dominated the entire league. The Kop at this moment seems unstoppable, and the Premier League is in desperate need of a saviour. When all hope seemed lost, the name Manchester United was called upon. Ruben Amorim's Manchester United has yet to achieve the ideal level of consistency that fans long for. However, one thing must be acknowledged: Amorim is no coward. He does not lead the team onto the pitch with a mindset of a loss is fine, and a draw is a win when facing stronger opponents. Instead, he adopts a bold, fearless approach, and this is gradually transforming the Red Devils. We can agree that the defeat to Arsenal due to 2 corner kicks was a painful blow, but we shouldn't overlook what United has achieved against other top teams. They defeated Man City at the Etihad, a feat not many teams can accomplish, especially in a match where City led until the 88th minute. And just recently at Anfield, where Liverpool is nearly invincible, United forced the league leaders to share the points with a commendable performance. Let's be realistic, United's squad is weaker than Liverpool's, that's undeniable. But football isn't just about the brightest stars. The difference here lies in a clear game plan, solid organisation, and an unyielding fighting spirit. Against Liverpool, Amorim didn't let his team passively endure pressure. Instead, United dared to attack, dared to press, and created moments they could be proud of. The left flank combinations involving Fernandes, Dalot, and Højlund not only threatened Liverpool's defence, but also demonstrated United's ability to execute well-structured and highly creative attacks. The brightest spot, of course, is Amad Diallo. This young man has become an explosive source of energy, a symbol of the team's fighting spirit. At Anfield, Diallo not only scored the equaliser but also acted as a constant menace, troubling Liverpool throughout the match. Earlier at the Etihad, it was Diallo who created the turning point with his pressing that forced Matheus Nunes into committing a foul, leading to a penalty. He also netted the decisive goal, a moment that neither Man City nor Man United fans will ever forget. Amorim showed boldness by benching stars like Rashford and Garnacho in favour of players better suited to following tactical instructions. He is unafraid to experiment, unafraid to face criticism, and most importantly, unafraid to take risks. Amorim's brand of football may not yet be perfect, but it dares to dream big and challenges the stereotypes of an underdog. Liverpool remains strong and sits at the top of the table, but being held to a draw at home by United is undoubtedly a disappointment. Anders Slott's team may have superior personnel, but they couldn't dominate a United side that is steadily rediscovering its identity. Looking at the bigger picture, Amorim's Manchester United is still in a phase of transition and refinement. However, their fighting spirit, fearless approach, and willingness to take risks deserve respect. Not every team dares to face Liverpool and City with the boldness that Amorim has shown. And most importantly, not every team can walk away from Anfield with a point in hand. Manchester United must stand their ground against top teams, not just as a tactical necessity, but as a way to foster the belief that one day they will conquer all of England. Winning or losing individual matches is secondary. The real story lies in how Ruben Amorim has reignited a fresh energy within the Red Devils, reviving the spirit and honour of a club often regarded as the greatest symbol in English football history. Compared to the eras of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer or even Erik ten Hag, the team under Amorim feels like a different entity. This is no longer a United reliant on the fading glories of poster boys players who stand out individually but lack collective cohesion. Bold decisions, such as benching Rashford, are not made to spark controversy but to build a stronger, more unified squad where no one is above the team's shared goals. The result is a United with a resilient spirit, unafraid to face the toughest challenges. Look at how they performed at Anfield, a place that has long been a nightmare for them. Realistically, Liverpool outmatches United in every aspect: squad quality, form, and their position at the top of the table. The gap between a league leader and a United languishing in 13th or 14th place is vast. They didn't go to Anfield to sit back and defend, they went to fight, to play football like true warriors, and they left with a hard-earned, invaluable point. It's not just about the results, but also about the spirit. This is a Manchester United where Amad Diallo presses relentlessly until the very last second. Bruno Fernandes takes on the pressure to convert a decisive penalty, and Lisandro Martinez scores with a strike that leaves Liverpool's goal trembling. This is a United where every player fights not just for themselves, but for the badge on their chest and the honour of the team as a whole. The never-give-up spirit, once the hallmark of United under Sir Alex Ferguson, is gradually making its return. Comebacks that stir emotions, like the victory against Man City at the Etihad or the draw against Liverpool at Anfield, stand as proof of this resurgence. We've just witnessed a Premier League round filled with unexpected results. Chelsea drew, Arsenal drew, and Liverpool, seemingly unbeatable, were held to a draw by Manchester United. But why does this draw matter so much that it could potentially save the entire league? If Liverpool had won, they would have moved 8 points clear of second-placed Arsenal, despite having played one game less. Meanwhile, Chelsea and Manchester City would have seen their chances of catching up slip away entirely. A league where the title race is effectively decided in January loses its excitement. Liverpool are strong, but no one wants to see the Premier League turn into a one-horse race. Fortunately, Manchester United stepped in as the unlikely disruptor. The draw not only slowed Liverpool's charge, but also reignited hope in the title race. Arsenal, Chelsea, and even Manchester City now have renewed belief. Chelsea haven't won in 4 consecutive matches, and Arsenal recorded their 7th draw of the season, this time against Brighton. They've both made things difficult for themselves, but Liverpool's stumble keeps the door open. Chelsea and Arsenal may be flawed, but they still have a chance if Liverpool slips up again. Ironically, Manchester United isn't even one of the strongest teams this season, struggling in the bottom half of the table. Yet their draw has become pivotal for the league. This is what makes the Premier League special. Every team can have a major impact. Imagine if United hadn't stopped Liverpool, we might already be bidding farewell to a competitive season. But they did, not because they were extraordinary, but because they fought at the right time and in the right place. Liverpool remains at the top, but this draw serves as a reminder that they are not invincible. Arsenal and Chelsea need to regain form, while Manchester City, as usual, will likely accelerate in the second half of the season. Liverpool's misstep has created a small opening one, just big enough to keep the title race alive. The Premier League is unlike any other competition, where every result can change the entire landscape. Manchester United may not be the best team, but their draw has saved the league from predictability. Thanks to them, we still have reasons to eagerly anticipate the rounds ahead. Before this match, most conversations about Manchester United were shrouded in negativity. A club once synonymous with greatness was now drowning in a series of disheartening results, loss after loss, not necessarily because they played poorly, but because defeats came in a domino effect that dragged team morale to rock bottom. The atmosphere at Old Trafford felt like a cold, bleak winter, with even the board declaring no new signings would be made unless players were sold a statement that reeked of stagnation, as if they had stopped hoping for anything meaningful this season. Yet the match against Liverpool, the league leaders, sparked a glimmer of hope. They didn't need to win. Merely holding Liverpool to a draw at Anfield was enough to create crucial momentum in United's cold winter. If a team languishing near the bottom of the table can force Liverpool to share points at their fortress, who else should they fear? This was more than just a match, it was a declaration that United can still rise, still fight toe-to-toe with the strongest teams. It helped Ruben Amorim's squad regain belief not just in themselves but in the system they are building together. Sir Jim Ratcliffe and his team, who now hold strategic control at Old Trafford, will undoubtedly see the potential in Amorim's game plan. The Portuguese manager's system is no longer just a collection of abstract ideas. It has proven that, with the right additions and a few quality signings, United can function far more effectively. A resilient draw against Liverpool, following their victory over Man City, serves as a clear reminder that Amorim deserves support. This team doesn't need a complete overhaul, just smart investments to upgrade the squad. United doesn't have to look longingly at its glorious past or dream of far-fetched scenarios. The path forward lies in building step by step, through performances like this, matches that prove they can hold their own against anyone. If Sir Jim Ratcliffe and Amorim align their visions, this winter won't just be a season of cold nights. It will mark the beginning of a hopeful journey of revival for Manchester United. This draw by Manchester United underscores an undeniable truth: the team doesn't need Rashford to perform well when players like Amad Diallo, Alejandro Garnacho, or Manuel Ugarte give their all on the pitch. The once bright figure of Rashford, who was once the club's beacon of hope, is fading. Not only has he lost form, but he's also lost the trust of manager Ruben Amorim and his teammates due to repeated instances of indiscipline. Rashford's partying habits, even before crucial matches, have become a troubling pattern. Before the match against Everton in December, he was spotted at a bar just 48 hours before kickoff. Although he scored twice in that game, Amorim benched him in subsequent matches against Arsenal and Nottingham Forest as a disciplinary measure. Worse still, Rashford was again seen at a nightclub before the Manchester derby against City, prompting Amorim to lose patience and drop him from the squad altogether. Since then, he has been absent from the team's plans. These actions reflect not only a lack of professionalism but also a disregard for the team's collective interests. Meanwhile, other players have stepped up to prove their worth. Lisandro Martinez, an unlikely hero, opened the scoring with a stunning strike. Amad Diallo, a promising young talent, equalized after a precise pass from Garnacho. Their fighting spirit exemplifies exactly what Manchester United needs right now, players who put the team above all else. Rashford has been given ample opportunities to redeem himself, first under Erik ten Hag and now under Ruben Amorim, but he has continually let everyone down. From inconsistent performances to repeated rule-breaking, Rashford's actions no longer align with the club's goals. With his enormous salary and underwhelming contributions, United can no longer afford to keep a player who neither delivers on the pitch nor maintains a positive influence off it. The interest from clubs like AC Milan, Juventus, and Barcelona presents an opportunity for United to part ways with Rashford. Not only would this resolve internal issues, but it would also free up resources to invest in new talent. For Rashford, a fresh start might be the chance he needs to rebuild his career and reputation. United requires a cohesive squad, players who are ready to fight for the badge and for each other. It's clear that Rashford no longer fits this mold. It's time to say goodbye, for the sake of the club, the teammates who continue to fight, and Rashford's own career. In stark contrast to Rashford, Amad Diallo is emerging as one of Manchester United's brightest stars under Ruben Amorim. Once dismissed by many as a player with limited potential, Amad is now shining amidst a challenging period for United. Let's set aside discussions about his future for a moment right now. Amad is proving that United needs a player like him, passionate, skillful, and a constant threat to big teams. Just look at his recent performances. On December 15th, Amad turned the tide in the Manchester derby, pressing relentlessly to force an opponent's error and win the penalty that Bruno Fernandes converted to equalize. He then scored the decisive goal himself. 4 days later, against Tottenham, he scored once and assisted another, pushing United into the semi-finals. And yesterday, Amad stepped up again with a crucial goal that helped United secure a draw at Anfield, a place where they haven't left with smiles for nearly a decade. This is not a matter of coincidence, but the hallmark of a player who thrives in big games. He doesn't need to be the brightest star or the center of attention. He is exactly the player United needs. Someone who embraces pressure and shines when the team needs him most. Amad doesn't just play football, he fights. His tireless runs, fiery pressing, and ability to make game-changing decisions in critical moments have made him a symbol of the fighting spirit United has been searching for. Of course, Amad is not without flaws, but who cares? The team doesn't need perfection right now, they need moments that make a difference, and Amad is delivering. He embodies the never-give-up attitude, the resilience to stand tall against the toughest challenges, and the determination to keep fighting no matter what. Amad may not yet be the biggest star in the squad, but he is undoubtedly the player of the big moments. This is exactly what Manchester United needs at this moment, not distant promises or flashy reputations, but fiery, determined performances. With a player like Amad in their ranks, United can feel confident that they are gradually rediscovering the Red Devil spirit. And who knows, he might just be the first piece in their journey to reclaim the glory they once owned. If you enjoy captivating analyses and inspiring stories about football, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss any videos. Thank you for your support.